Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping well. Now, in this particular video, this is actually going to be like, I guess like a three-parter. So this is the first of three, and I want to split this particular video into three because I think it's important to be able to show some examples of how to stand out. And this is what this video is about. It's all about how to stand out, or what does it even mean to stand out. Now, when you're standing out, specifically as a brand, it's all about you. It's all about your business. It's all about what it is that makes you you and why it is that you really, really do it. And I'm talking about getting to the crux as to why you really, really do it. Because when you get to understand that aspect right there, the golden stuff, the juicy stuff, that's when you start really making those better connections. And that's when you start really making and hitting those points that your clients, that anybody who's actually watching or resonating with you can really literally do that, resonate with you and really understand what it is that you're about and what it is or how it is that you can actually help them. Now, that being said, before you get stuck into this particular video, part one that is, I want to make sure that you are liking and subscribing to this channel because I'm very aware of the views, and as always, I'm loving the views. However, could you please go that one step further and make sure that you're actually subscribing? And do this one extra little bit as well. Please make sure you go and like and subscribe, and equally share this with other people who you know or feel that could really, really benefit from a channel like this. I'm all about helping others, and I'm all about helping others in a way that is congruent to their standards, is congruent to their beliefs, and is congruent to what it is that they really, really stand for. Because at the end of the day, folks, it's all about helping you all to understand that you are more than what you see. When you yourself understand that, it's something that I had to go on a journey to be able to understand myself. When you actually understand that, again, this is where you start learning how to really, really connect with an audience that you actually want to be resonating with in the first place. So there we go, folks. Before we get stuck into this, as I said, please make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe to this channel. Stick around to the very, very end because as always, I've got a super cool gift to be able to share with you. However, I want to make sure that you're really getting into grips with this particular part one. So let's get going. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be talking about what does it mean to stand out. And as I said, this is the first part in a three-parter. So I'm just going to give you a general overview. I don't want to keep this long because these key points that I want to be able to share with you, or what I want you to always hold in your mind, okay? Especially when it comes to the idea of understanding how to stand out. And how to stand out in a way, as I said, that is congruent to you, your beliefs, and your standards. What it is that you want to make sure that your audience knows about you. And more importantly, it's doing all of that without losing yourself in the process. Because I know in many, many industries, it's very easy to get caught up in what other people are doing. And then before you know it, you're trying to copy them. And before you know it again, you're literally just doing things that makes no sense to you. So the danger of that is when you start doing things that make no sense to you, it's going to show in your face. It's going to show in the way how you start representing yourself. And it's going to show in a way that, yeah, it's really going to start deterring or pushing people away rather than attracting them to you. So from this video, you're actually going to be learning about key points that you can actually start taking away and really, really just hold them to your mind anytime that you're wanting to stand out in a way that suits your brand. So the first thing that I really want you to just look at and really just take and understand about when it comes to the idea of what does it mean to stand out is understanding how are you inspiring people. Now, how are you inspiring people? And what I mean by that is literally how are you inspiring people? That's exactly what it says on the tin. What words of motivation, what words or images or videos or literally messages are you putting out there that actually motivates and moves and gets your audiences going? What is that ripple effect that you're trying to create? How are you trying to inspire them to move? The second thing I want you to think about is how are you creating a source of aspiration? So you've got inspiring and then you've got aspiration. Now with aspiration, here's what I mean by that. How are you creating the idea of what it is that you hope for them? So that they can feel that sense of inspiration to be able to get to that same position or to be able to get even further than that. Because remember, folks, you are the example of a way forward. So what is it that you're showcasing about yourself or even your past clients or other things that are going on out there to help to motivate them to also aspire to be the same or be even more than that, or more importantly to just model that and to be able to go on and do it themselves. What are you doing to represent that level of aspiration? And finally, the third thing that I want you guys to always make sure that especially when it comes to understanding what does it mean to stand out, is the idea of awareness. What awareness are you building around this subject in the first place? For example, if you're in the health and well-being space, what is the awareness that you're trying to build around that? Is it the idea of positive well-being? Is it the idea of mental health? Is it the idea of making sure that if your mind isn't right, then guess what? Your body and the way that you're actually walking through life isn't going to be right. Because it all starts from the mind, right? If the mindset isn't there, then how does everything else start following? How do you start losing weight? How do you start having better health? How do you start having or gaining better nutrition? If your mindset isn't there, then what is the next step, you know? So it's thinking about, do you have that whole point of view, the holistic point of view, as been working with one of my clients, and we've been talking about that a lot, right? The idea of having a holistic point of view. Is that something that really resonates with your own business? What awareness are you trying to create? And that's it, folks. So it's understanding inspiration, it's understanding aspiration, and it's understanding awareness. Inspiration, aspiration, and awareness. Those are the three key points that I always want to make sure that you have in your mind's eye or in your back pocket, wherever you want to keep it. Just make sure you have it at the same time, and to be able to understand what you need to stand out in a way that's actually congruent to you, in a way that allows you to not lose yourself in the process. Now, in parts 2 and 3, I'm going to be talking about other aspects of how you can stand out, whether as a personal brand or as a business brand. Because yes, they are going to be different, but I want to show you some examples of those who are out there in the industry currently doing the do, but equally helping you to understand how you can also do so yourself, whichever brand that you're concentrating on. So that being said, folks, make sure you go ahead and watch those particular videos as soon as they're out. And more importantly, right here, right now, make sure you go ahead and click on the link that's underneath the description box below this video. As soon as you click on that link, you're literally going to be asked for just a few details, but I'm going to fire over to you some really key principles that will help you to get your mind thinking even more so. So how do you create that aspiration, that inspiration, and that level of awareness to stand out if you haven't got these key principles in place in the first place? These key principles that I'm going to be sharing with you as soon as you go ahead and just enter your details, you're going to be understanding you a hell of a lot more. You're going to be able to just tick a few things off of your list to be able to make sure that you get to that next step. And it's all about making sure you make those moves yourself, because otherwise, if you're not making moves, why do you expect your clients, your audience, to start making moves? Think about that one, folks. So I'm going to leave it there. Please, as always, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. And more importantly, get yourselves over onto those next videos, because you're going to be able to understand just exactly how you can stand out, even as a personal brand or even as a business as well. So that being said, folks, I will see you on the other side.